Take this little groove that you're carving in your brain. I want you to go Grand Canyon. I want you to use that thing so much. Find opportunities to repeat and repeat and repeat. Go deeper and deeper. That's what I want you to do. Go Grand Canyon. So what I want to do is stretch myself. It'd be easy if I just taught a class at Pepperdine Law School, but I teach another one. It's at San Quentin Penitentiary. I'm not kidding. I've got all of these terrific felons in my class, and we talk about the same stuff. Here's the deal. Their mistakes are a little bit more obvious. Some of these guys have life. They are never getting out. But some of them have a second shot. What I want them to do is to have clarity, and that's what I want for you too. There's a great verse in Colossians 4, and it says this. Paul says, "My hope is this, that I could present the mystery of the gospel of Christ and to do it with clarity." What I want my friends, I want you, I want myself, Sweet Maria, all the people I work with, my friends who are in San Quentin, to present their message with clarity. And the way we get clarity is authenticity, is to just get real about what's going on in your life. What I'll do with my friends at San Quentin is this. I'll have them make paper airplanes. If you've got some paper around, you got to do this. I'll have them fold it and make all the creases. And what we end up doing is we have all of these creases and intricate folds. And then I'll have these guys stand up and one at a time start throwing these things to see how far they'll go. And the crazy thing is the ones that look super elaborate don't go very far. They look awesome, but they don't go far. I want you to abandon what your faith looks like, abandon what your life looks like, and I want you to go far in your faith. I want you to go far in your life. You know, the crazy thing is this. If you want your airplane to go the farthest, check this out. This is what you do. You crumple it up. That thing will go a mile. And what God does sometimes in our lives is we'll have these setbacks. We'll have a couple things where we see all these creases. And I think what Jesus Christ sees is possibilities. He sees there's a person that is actually going to get real with their faith, real with the community of people around them. They're ready to carve this new groove and go Grand Canyon on it. That's what I wanted you to do. I fly airplanes. I've always liked them ever since I was a kid. But the one thing I don't like doing is talking to the air traffic controllers. Because I don't know if you've listened to them on the radio, but they talk so fast. They're like, I have no idea what they're saying, so I don't say anything. And then they send the F-16s up. So what somebody told me to do one time is this. They slowed it down a little bit. They said, Bob, just say these three things. Who are you? Where are you? And what do you want? Simple enough, right? What if we did this? In this section, what I want you to do is talk about who are you. I don't mean what your driver's license says. I don't care what your passport says. I don't care where it's your degree, where it's from, and what it says. I mean, who are you? And you know who you are? You're a child of God. I know you're a screw up. Me too. I know you're insecure. Me too. But what God says is you're his child. There's a verse in the Song of Songs, the 2nd chapter. That book is full of terrific stuff, but that's not the stuff we're going to talk about. This is a 2nd chapter of Song of Songs, and it says this, "My beloved is mine, and I am his." If you guys could just live into that, to just realize that you are God's, he is yours. And there's a ton of theology behind this, but when God looks at you and your mess ups, you know what he sees? He sees the sun. The second question is this: where are you? It was actually the first conversation that God had with Adam and Eve after it got really wonky in the Garden of Eden. You remember how that went. They are naked and behind a fig leaf. God wasn't confused about where he was. He wasn't talking about latitude and longitude. I think he was saying, where are we now that it got all messed up? And I think that's what he wants to know of you. I know he wants to know that of me. And where we are can be really complex. It takes a little bit of self-reflection to say, where am I? You could be on the line at DMV. That's kind of where you are, but actually you're frustrated. That's really where you're at. You could be nervous because you've got taxes that are due or a job that is sucking the life out of you. That is where you are. You could have a relationship. You could have made vows to somebody and it just is not turning out the way you thought it would. That is where you are. If we could take this time within a community of people to get real about where we're at, man, that's where all the good stuff happens. That's how you access your ambitions. Boy, I'm telling you, if you want to carve that new groove, if you want to go Grand Canyon on it, you need to be